YouTube. How's it going? My name is Leo and I'm your Southern California realtor, and in today's video we're going to be discussing the hard truth of becoming a real estate agent. Stay tuned. Before we get started, go ahead and hit the subscribe button as well as turn on the little bell notification so you're always notified when I release a new video, which is every Wednesday and Sunday. And if you do subscribe, go ahead and leave a comment down below. I will be replying to every comment in the comment section. And do me the favor and smash the like button. All right, so we're going to get into today's topic, which is the hard truth of becoming a real estate agent. And first, let me start this off by saying this career is not for everyone. People think it's going to be fast money and, you guys are just going to start your first day and already have a deal. And let me tell you, that is not how this career works. All right, first off, there is no fast money. I mean, potentially you could do leases, but you're not earning the fast money in what everybody thinks, like the tens of thousands of dollars from doing leases. And you're not going to be getting your first deal out the gate of you getting your license unless you know somebody already looking to do something in real estate. You are going to have to prospect. And everybody's prospecting looks a little bit differently. You can take the route of door knocking, cold calling, open houses, as well as social media, or however you want to do your prospecting. But regardless of joining this career, you're gonna have to prospect. There is no way around it unless you already built a big network of friends and you can just tap into that. That's something that you got to think about as well before getting into this business. As well as when you're prospecting, there are going to be times where you want to give up. And I say this from personal experience because there's times where I'm on the phones, I make 200 calls, I make 300 calls, I've only spoke to about 10 people, and I'm like, what am I doing? Why am I doing this? So you want to make sure that you are there mentally, like your mental fortitude is strengthened and you're set to go. Because like I said, there are going to be times where you want to give up, but you want to push through that. So the time that I made 200 calls, only spoke to 9 people, I was like, you know what? I got to hit my numbers today. So I made another 200 calls. And in those 200 calls, I had another 27 conversations. So you don't want to just measure things based off of your initial effort. You want to base it off the long-term effort. And everything that you do will compound to your future success. So another thing you're going to notice while prospecting is you're going to get a lot of people telling you, yeah, you can keep in touch with me every 3 months, or yeah, I'm not looking to do anything now. I have no plans of moving here. And, you still go for their information. They give it to you and you put them in their database. But, you're getting a lot of these people and you're not getting anyone converting or saying, yeah, you know what? I do want to do business. And that's something that comes with mental fortitude and strength to just know that what you're building now in your database will eventually do something. So you can't just look at nothing's converting now. You got to look long term. And that's one thing that I struggled with my first couple months in the business was, wow, I'm doing all this work and nothing is converting, nothing is happening. But now a few months later, I'm in the business still, and I'm still doing what I have to do on a daily basis, and I'm starting to see things come to fruition. And I'm starting to see the efforts that I did back when I started start to show now, so that way when the rest of this year starts progressing, I already have people in my pipeline that I've been keeping up with, so that way I can do that future business with them. And with that, with people not converting, just try and think of little positive things that happen throughout the day, so that way your mind is more focused on what's good going on throughout the day rather than the negatives, because then you're going to be in a negative framed state of mind, and you don't want to do that because that's going to hinder your prospecting. Whether you're just not going to feel like doing it because you're more focused on the negatives. Oh, no one's converting. I didn't get no database ads. This, that, you're going to nitpick every single little thing, and you don't want that to happen. So you just want to focus on the positives. Say you made 200 calls and you only spoke to 10 people. Don't focus that you only spoke on 10 people. Focus, you made 200 calls. That in itself is a great accomplishment. People in this business struggle to make even one cold call. So if you're making anywhere from 100, 200, 300 cold calls a day, just think about that. You're already way ahead of the masses because people are too afraid to hop on the phones or go door to door. And you need to focus on that you're getting your name out there, and that will progress you in this business later on. Because the more people that hear your name, they know your face, they see it very frequently, they're gonna think of you as the go-to realtor. And that is what you want. Another thing that you cannot do in this business while prospecting or in general is take things personal. Say you're gonna go meet with the client and something happens on their end and they tell you, oh, you know what, we can't do that anymore. Depending on the situation, right? You're gonna talk to the client, but you're gonna just ultimately say, okay, I understand. You can't take things personal. You don't know what's going on in that house or what conversation they just had. You don't know the mental state that they're in. Maybe a family member just passed away. So it is huge that you don't take things personal. The one upside that I'm going to give in this video is that you're your own boss. But that doesn't mean that you can go ahead and just forget about the business whenever you want. You won't need to make sure that you set your own schedule and you stick to it. There isn't going to be someone looking over your shoulder, making sure you're doing what you have to do. You're the one that's going to have to be on top of yourself, making sure you're hitting your numbers, making sure you're doing what you're supposed to do, rather than slacking off, watching a YouTube video, going and watching Netflix, saying you're done for the day at afternoon because you have that ability. You need to be on top of yourself and self-reliant, all right? And very much self-driven. Like I said, you're not going to have someone looking over your shoulder every day or every week, however you had it at your job, telling you what you need to be doing and what's to come next. I mean, unless you do join a team, then that's a little bit different. But regardless if you join a team or go solo, you still need to be self-driven because the team isn't going to be there. If they see somebody that's not self-driven, what's the point of you being a part of that team? Is what the team leader is going to see in their eyes. You need to be able to do things on your own without somebody telling you at all times. Right now, what we're seeing in this time as well is that working with buyers in this seller's market is one of the toughest things to do because we're seeing our offers get beat out or any other offers on the same house at one time. We've had offers that we've put in $80,000 over asking price and we still get beat out. So working with buyers in a seller's market is very rough. So if you are getting into this business, you want to make sure you're working or focusing on listings because that is where the bread and butter is. And in this market, things are flying off the shelves, essentially. If it's not gone in a week, there's more than likely something a little bit off about that house, maybe overpriced just a tiny bit, and that's easily fixable. And one key thing you need to focus on when just getting in the business is focus on your communication skills. You want to make sure that you're able to talk to somebody or keep a conversation going so that way if somebody's very short with you, that you can ask the right questions to where they'll open up and start explaining more. Because when I first went to the doors, I would get people that would only tell me yes, no, yes, no, yes. So, one word answers essentially, and that is not what you want. You want them to open up. The more of a response that you get out of the person you're talking to, the better the conversation because they feel like you're more of a friend to them. And that's when they're more inclined to give you their information to stay in touch. So you want to make sure that your communication skills are on point as well as your daily habits are consistent, so that way you're not having to change up every single day or try to figure something out every single day. You already know how your mornings are set, how your afternoons are set, and how your evenings are set. The last thing I am going to mention in this video is that this business is a complete emotional roller coaster. And what I mean by that is there could be a time where you get somebody on the phone and they're like, yeah, I want to do business, and you're on an all-time high, and then the next minute you're getting cussed out and you're getting yelled at, and so you can then go drop to really low just depends on how you are as a person. For me, I try to, again, not let any of that get to me and take anything personal. And whenever you do get somebody that tells you you want to do business, yes, you could get a little excited, but don't get overly excited to the point where you're just banking on that, because it's not real until you have a agreement signed. So just remember that, because you're going to be going through highs and lows throughout this business. You're going to be super excited, super sad, and just super angry because things aren't going to work out the way that you want them to, and you can't focus on that. You need to just focus on what's positive and what you can control. And the more that you do that, the more that you'll get in charge of your emotions, so that way you're in a better mood throughout the days. All right, guys, so if you guys found this video interesting or liked it at all, go ahead and drop a like for me, as well as leave a comment down in the comment section below. And if you need any help with anything real estate related, whether it be in any of the 50 states, go ahead and reach out to me on Instagram or Facebook. My handle is at ListingsByLeo, which should be right here, as well as in the description below. I'll be more than happy to connect you to a realtor in any state that you're in, as well as if you're in Southern California and need any assistance, I'll be more than happy to help you out. All right, you guys have a great one. I'll see you guys in the next video.